The Coach Curl podcast is brought to you by Think and Grow Business, the home of the Think and Grow Business Mastermind. If you're serious about growing your business, get serious and join a mastermind group today. Find out more at thinkandgrowbusiness.com.au.
Hey there, it's Coach Curl here, and welcome to episode 134 of the Coach Curl podcast. Today we're looking at life, we're looking at motivation, we're looking at lucky charms and superstition. Stay tuned.
Way to go, guys. Way to go. Keep it going. Good job, guys. All right, Paul. I see you. Good job, Coach Cole. Great job, guys. Coach Cole, we love you.
Hey there, it's Tony here, and welcome to episode 134 of the Coach Curl podcast. Today I'm talking about motivation, life, and the fact that it's not a lucky charm. It's not a ritual. It's all about routine in a lot of ways, but we can't rely on having that old rabbit's foot in the pocket, or whatever it is that you believe is your lucky charm in life. Life's not as simple as having a lucky charm and everything works for you. That's the reality of the world, and that's where we live. But you've probably heard lots of stories about people, and you often hear this in the sporting world, where people have certain superstitions, certain rituals that they follow in and around their chosen sports. You know, you might hear the story about people that put on their left sock first, that they always wear their lucky underwear or whatever it is. And it's not just sports, it's in all areas. Salespeople, CEOs, they've got superstitions, they've got rituals, they've got their lucky charms. And they believe that in engaging in that lucky charm, in that ritual, or having that superstition, it helps them in their chosen field or in their chosen sport. But the reality is it's not motivation, it's not life, and it's not results, because these examples of people that tend to have these routines and rituals, they're missing a major point. They're missing the point that they've actually got to do the work, and they've got to prepare accordingly, and prepare to a standard where the performance and the outcomes that they're looking for is to the level that they require. If they haven't done the work, and if they haven't prepared, having that lucky pair of underpants on isn't going to help you get the results that you want to get. They may be, you consider them a lucky pair of underpants, but I'm guessing that if you've been wearing those lucky pair of underpants at all of those big moments in your life, the reality, if you weighed up the wins and losses, the reality is they're probably not as lucky as what you're making them out to be. Because it takes work and it takes preparation, and those things take motivation. And living in this post-mobile, digital, disruptive world in which we live in, you know, a lot of the jobs, for example, that we have that are out there today are projected over the next decade or so to disappear, that they're not going to be here, that there is a different range of roles, there is a different range of businesses, there is a different range of services, and there's going to be a hell of a lot of robots doing some of this routine and task-orientated work that is currently being done by humans. But our economy is definitely evolving, and it's evolving in the developed world, and it's evolving in the quickly becoming developed world. You know, the areas like the Philippines and India. You know, they used to be considered, less developed, but more and more they're becoming just as developed, and it's happening. And they're the ones in many cases doing the disruptions. So you've got to understand that the jobs now will disappear, and the potentially the job that you're doing will disappear. And to adapt some sort of, or to live your life based around ritual and superstition or lucky charms is probably going to end up poorly for you. It's going to end up in the case that if you're not evolving, if you're not growing, if you're not prepping for the world to be, the reality is the world to be will leave you behind. You're setting yourself up for some incredibly nasty disappointment in your life, in your business, in your career. The reality is that you're not setting yourself up for success. You're putting a lot of time, effort, and focus on the ritual or the lucky charm. And it's only a matter of time where things will fall over. So the reality is that if you want to have an outcome, you've got to work and prepare for that outcome. And that requires proper motivation, because when you're properly motivated, you'll increase your chances of developing the outcomes that you desire. You'll increase the chances of working in that concept that we call the state of flow, to be able to achieve things easily and effective because of that motivation, that momentum that you've had within your life. And once you can achieve those mental and emotional states, the reality is that you will likely be able to adapt, adjust, and pivot in the world of disruption that we know today. You'll be able to adapt, reinvent yourself if needed, because you've got the concepts of growth and motivation happening within your life, so that no matter what surprises life throws at you, you'll be able to handle, adjust, and renew, refresh. And I know that maybe for some of you listening, this may sound a little bit too good to be true. But let's look at what the alternative is. If you've got this fixed attachment, if you're dogmatic in your approach that everything will be okay as long as I put my left sock on first every day, the reality is that you're only setting yourself up to crash and burn. And that's not going to be pretty. So set yourself up for success. Set yourself up for victory. And how do you do this? You've got to learn, and you've got to focus in on focusing in on what it is that you want, focusing in on your daily routine and your behaviors and your actions that are going to help you achieve what it is that you want. And learning and growing along the way is going to help you adjust, pivot, move as the world becomes increasingly disruptive. Now, if you're relying on that lucky charm, if you're relying on a ritual, if you have a superstitions routine that you follow, think again. Think again. Reflect on your successes. Reflect on those areas where you've missed the mark. And let's get something happening in your life that's going to help you achieve the results. Map out the actions and get excited about the journey. Hey, thanks for listening to episode 134 of the Coach Curl podcast. A big shout out to my team at Think and Grow Business. Always fantastic supporters of this podcast. If it wasn't for them, we would surely not be here. So the reality is that they help people they improve the performance of people in business. That's the key undermining goal around Think and Grow Business. They strengthen leadership, mindset, and business. Don't forget, I've written a book. It's called Seriously Simple Stuff to Get You Unstuck, 20% of which goes to support the wonderful work being done by Carter's Cause here in Australia. The Coach Curl Academy, join the group. I'm doing currently some Facebook Lives in the group every single day. So join the group on Facebook. Just do a quick search for the Coach Curl Academy. But more importantly, join the Academy. It's $1 for the first 30 days. There's over 70 programs in the Academy now, which will help you strengthen your leadership, strengthen your mindset, and strengthen your business. Don't forget the wonderful folk at Totally Builderall. They offer a totally integrated digital marketing platform to help you in your business, landing pages, CRMs, mailing lists. The list is just endless. And most people with Builderall, Totally Builderall, only scratch the surface. So check them out at totallybuilderall.com. And when I say scratch the surface and still get amazing value. So it's a fantastic product. So check it out, totallybuilderall.com, and sign up for your free 7-day trial. As per always, you're still standing. You've taken everything that life's thrown at you. You are stronger, you're braver, you're wiser. Don't ever forget the golden rule. Yes, you know what it is. Just don't be an arsehole. I'll see you next time.